So, since after today's verdict, pardon me that I didn't even do my basic greeting. Good evening to you, my fellow blessed African, European, wherever you're watching me from. I'm making this video from Nigeria. And today is the 6th day of September, a day that the presidential, the tribunal, handling the presidential litigations, challenging the authenticity of the declaration made about Bola Ahmed Tinubu as our president. And the judges have given their verdict, and their verdict were a verdict based on technicalities and not logic. There was no spirit behind that judgment, if you ask me. But then I'm not here to cry about whatever they've dished out to the Nigerian people. I'm here to tell us that if you're actually thinking of anything different from that, I think you would have been taking your hopes so far. Unfortunately, the reality of the Nigerian state is one where if you are rough enough, if you are dead criminal enough, to do the things that most people might have not even considered in your mind, and you're able to groom up a few more people to follow you, then you always have your way. There is no joke about it. But then the beautiful thing about all that is happening is that this is going to continue for a while, and till a time when the system will fight it itself. So what is going to happen someday is that these elites would want to come and use brigandage as their own tool to get to power. Along that line, they will have their fellow elites that would confront their brigandage, and they'll have to kill themselves, and they'll have to do a whole lot of things that they will now expose all that they've been doing to hold this country hostage. When I look at Nigeria, at times I feel very, very sad. I feel very, very, very sad. So when some of us are talking about regionalization as the only way to go in this present state of this country, this is what we mean. The country is kept in a way that it definitely has to favor a particular it has to favor some selected people. Then we are not really going to fold our arms as Southeasterners and keep watching, and keep making excuses as to why we should not be at our best with respect to the development of our region, with respect to everything that pertains to the Southeastern region. The election has been declared in the manner in which it was declared for the presidential tribunal at the Court of Appeal or whatever. And we know that going through that rank also to the Supreme Court, nothing may most likely change. So I think this is the time for us to build our region. This is the time for the Southeastern regional political bloc to come together, ask ourselves, what do we really want for our people? How do we develop the Southeast to be a functional and effective region? Enough of all these blame games. I was in Lagos some weeks ago, and I was looking around the airports and the many developments happening in Lagos, and I was filled with so much rage. I was so angry. The person I was with didn't understand what happened, but my mood switched. I was looking at the number of jets that were taken off from Murtala Mohammed Airport's local wing. I was looking at the people who came to supply the food and the rest of them that the airlines share mid-air. And I was asking myself, which airport in the Southeast can have most of this type of traffic? It says a lot about us, guys. We need to sit up. The Southeastern political bloc need to sit up, and our leaders must be held accountable. Enough of the excuses. We must work as a region. We must.